This is the Tier 10 Collector Swedish Medium, last year's Christmas reward, the Strv K. A vehicle that features a very solid gun, great mobility, fantastic gun depression, but it also features some downsides. And in update 10.1, those downsides became even bigger due to the quite large nerfs that this vehicle ended up receiving. In today's video, we'll be examining what happened to the Strv K and why it went from the most popular comp take to now barely even seen in the battlefield. Let's start off with the changes that happened to this take. First of all, it lost damage per minute, going from 3,486 to 3,283. That is quite a substantial change in the damage per minute, and obviously greatly affected the capabilities of this take on the battlefield. The other thing that really affected the take is the fact that it no longer features super speed boost. It does have the base engine power boost, but it previously had the super speed boost, which allowed it to achieve an even higher top speed of 52 kilometers per hour. It allowed it to get into battle a lot sooner. However, the removal of Super Speed Boost, in my opinion, wasn't really that big of a change and actually helped the vehicle in a lot of situations, because this tank was mainly used in comp due to the speed it featured. And for some reason, a lot of people keep forgetting that you also need repair kits to do well in battle. I remember telling the team Reggie I played for that this tank needs to run 2 repair kits. If you're gonna run Speed Boost, remove Adrenaline, or if you're gonna run Adrenaline, remove Speed Boost. I remember a game we played, we had 4 vehicles. 4 of our Strtvons get lit on fire. Not a single one had repair kits, and they all burned about 1,000 HP away. It's just a great example of why, sure, while having mobility and great DPM, while is super important, also at the same time, being able to repair your tank from any damages is also very important and something that a lot of comp teams, in my opinion, overlook. But the removal of speed boost really didn't affect the vehicle. The DPM changes will hurt it, but it still is really good DPM. So what was the major nail in the coffin for this vehicle to fall apart from being seen in pubs? Well, I think it mainly has to do with the fact that the vehicle got combat stabilization. You see, on paper, this is just a buff. It says at a forward speed of no more than 15, and at a reverse speed of no more than 15, the aiming circle remains small. In paper, that sounds crazy. It's like, okay, you're just not moving very fast. The aiming circle remains very small. The problem is that only works in small speeds. The moment you go above 15 kilometers per hour, the aiming circle blooms massively. And Wargaming forgets to mention that. So essentially, this is your aiming circle, right? It's very small, and then the moment you go above 15, zoop, yeah, it's a serious problem. And you'll notice that when I'm driving the tank. And it actually hurt the vehicle a lot, in my opinion. Because Wargaming buffed the on-movement dispersion to counteract this, but it was not nearly enough of a buff. Look at that. Did you see how the moment I went above 15, the aiming circle instantly jumped to a much larger size? And it does hurt the tank a lot, because this is not a tank that you're usually going to drive below 15 in. It's a vehicle that goes 47 kilometers per hour. I mean, the VK90 with this mechanic makes sense, because the VK90 is a very, very slow tank. But this vehicle, it does not make sense to have this mechanic, even in the slightest form, in my opinion. So we can see that the structure, or not structure, but the tree was knocked down. We do indeed have an AMX-50B off to the side. We also have a minnow. Oh boy, our 60 TP is just killing himself. Yay! Well, okay, that's a bit of a nasty there. Let's get a shell into the lower plate of the E100. Sorry, my brain's just kind of dying because I'm watching our 60 TP just throw his take away. At least I took the shell for him there, but I just don't even know what to say. Alright, well, the good news is the Sheridan got bled, and he's a one-shot now. That's actually really good news. The thing I'm worried about is the 183. Okay, good. 183 is not as big of a threat as I thought it would be. In fact, okay, the minnow's right here, though. We were able to hit the minnow once, and we got the 2 and 5B off to the side as well, which is pretty important. Let's see. I'm just going to chill right here. Unfortunate, but that's alright. Tracking shot is better than nothing. Let's put on our adrenaline, and let's aim it on the minnow's lower plate. There you go. Nice shot. He shot again, which means we should be able to just finish off this player. There you go. Okay, not too bad at all. We got the 183 off to the side. There you go. Easy pen into the 183 for 286. As we can see, the Strv K is still a very strong vehicle. It features enough DPM to rip into opponents. And That's always a very important thing. Having DPM, having mobility, and having a decent chunk of just everything is always going to allow this vehicle to be quite confident in gameplay. And we've seen that. I mean, we're up to 2,700 damage already. Now we're on the rear of the enemy FE2 and 5B183. And this player is probably not enjoying life all too much. We're going to get behind the 50B. There you go. Nice 386 damage HE into his vehicle. The FE2 and 5B is probably going to shoot him. We're going to finish him off with an HE. And there you go. I mean, that was a pretty good game. 3,700 damage. I mean, personally, I think the Strv K is still a pretty good vehicle. As you saw that first game there, everything went well. 3,700 damage, and that was a second class. So, really no complaints from the tank. But it's just funny how Wargaming changes vehicles here and there, and it just completely kills the player base that was previously driving them. I mean, this was probably one of the most popular collector tier 10s, and now you don't see a single one, and it's just really weird, to be honest. Now, this game is not looking to be a fun one. Their team has 2 M6 shows, a T30, a Mouse, an E100, a Progetto, holy strong, even a Waffle. I mean, that might be one of the most stacked lineups I've seen in a very long time. Our lineup's pretty mid, I'm going to be completely real. We've got 2 tier 10 tank destroyers, and they get all tier 10 heavies. Like, what? Thank you, Wargaming. The matchmaker needs reworking, and I think that right there is the perfect example why. So let's see if we can maybe hit this E100. He is showing me the flat side. And we get hit probably by a yo there. That's really cringe. Alright, well, not a great start to the game, but also not really anything I could have done about. Why am I the only person in mid? I think that's a really good question to ask right now. Okay, well, our team's going to do the right thing and get on the side. And we got the prog right here. There you go. Nice 349. Classic. People spamming HE already. We love tank destroyers. Oh, our whole team's back there. Wow. Alright, let's aim it on the Mouse. Oof, that shell was awful, bruh. Alright, well, we got a couple options. We can either shoot at the Mouse, and what is up with people just shooting HE today? Oh my god. Alright, I can't with this game. I actually can't. Like, alright. Look, they're still shooting HE. How bad do you have to be at this game to only shoot HE? I mean, it doesn't really matter because, I mean, what's it going to do? You're going to do like 300 damage to me in the 100 or 100 damage to me in the Mouse. And you're in a tier 10 super heavy shooting HE at a vehicle that is going to basically do nothing to you. I mean, the only real problem we have right now is that this gun just doesn't have any DPM. My loader's damaged, but hey, we got a pen out, so we got that going for us. So how many people have shot HE at us at this point? It's got to be like the majority of their team. Let's see, is the Mouse going to turn side on? He does, but we're still not able to pen him somehow. That's the one downside of only having rammer on a vehicle like this, is that you have like negative DPM. But there you go. Get one pen into the enemy Mouse. And not able to get another pen, but at least we got that one out. Progetto's going to YOLO my teammate. Oh, we got that Mouse still on the side. There you go. Another nice shot. I mean, we're starting to get some damage out now. I just don't know what the enemy team's doing, to be completely real. That Mouse just sitting side on to me. Like, yeah, bro, you're getting them good. Oh, boy. There you go. Another nice pen into the Mouse. Dude's now 433 HP. And we're just going to aim it on his upper plate. Hey, look, he figured out what AP does. Crazy. And now he's going to figure out what dying does. Tank knocked out. Alright, well, either way, you can see the Strv K is actually a surprisingly good vehicle. It's definitely got some weaknesses. Apparently, HE is a weakness against this vehicle, but for the most part, it's not something you're really going to have to worry about. That was a rather sad shot. But it shouldn't matter too much, because the Prog literally killed himself to do that. All that's left is the Waffenträger off to the side over here. We're already up to 3,600 damage as it is, which is pretty good. So let's see if we can just possibly hit the Waffle. Although it looks like he's just going to kill himself. So, oh well. And chunk. There you go. Nice. We got a 354 shot out. So, a pretty solid game. A 4,000 damage dealt. And we ended up doing good. See, the thing about HE is it's annoying. Like, it thoroughly annoyed me, that battle. It even damaged one of our modules, but it didn't do anything. I mean, the damage those guys could have done instead of spamming HE at me would have been possibly in the thousands, but that's just classic World of Tanks gameplay there. I don't know what to say about that battle, but the Strv K is a very solid tank. It's got a great gun, it's got fantastic gun depression, and enough mobility to get in and out of positions very quickly. And while it does have a lot of downsides, I really can't complain about the tank all too much. I just always find it interesting how slight nerfs happen here and there, and an entire community of people stop driving the vehicle. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Strv. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.